So happy good afternoon to everyone. So in our next session today, the next part, we are going to enter into the world of maths. Okay. So maths, we are going to learn it in a different way. That is the different method we are going to use. That is we are introducing today is our Vedic maths. Okay. So it is different from normal maths. Okay. So Vedic maths, why we are giving to children in the earlier stage itself. So what are the ways it gives as the users, their benefits, what is the importance of learning Vedic maths, everything we are going to see today. So just today I'm going to give the introduction to Vedic maths. Okay, what is Vedic maths? Okay, we are going to see the introduction of Vedic maths. Okay, so, what is the difference of maths and Vedic maths? Is nothing but in normal mathematics, we'll be going on with several formulas, right? The steps, several steps. What are the things you have to bring it? LHS is equal to RHS. Everything you have to do it in a very big manner, and you have many steps to solve it, right? So, maths is totally different from Vedic maths. Vedic maths is nothing. Simple way, what I have to say is that Vedic maths is nothing but you can solve anything in the simplest way. That is the simple explanation of Vedic maths. Vedic maths is nothing but you can solve whatever the problem is in a simple and easy way. Okay, that is Vedic maths. Okay, so Vedic maths is also a system of mathematics. So it is also a system. So mathematics is normally comes under a system in which it we have to go in a procedure, right? So Vedic maths is also a system of mathematics. Okay, so if we are introducing something new, we have to know its birth and also the going on history, we have to know about it, right? So for that I'm saying Vedic maths is the one in which we can feed a child, in which it helps it in many ways. So we can see the importance, we can see the uses, benefits, everything. So we have a vast benefits of Vedic maths. Okay, so first we will go with the history of it. Okay, so Vedic maths was first introduced by Indian mathematician. So Vedic mathematics was introduced by Indian mathematician. Okay, his name is Jagat Guru Shri Bharati Krishna Tirthaji. So the Indian mathematician name, so we have to be so much proud that Vedic maths was introduced by an Indian. Okay, so as an Indian we have to be very proud of it. So his name is Jagat Guru Shri Bharati Krishna Tirthaji. Okay, so next, in which year, that is in the which year he introduces that during AD 1911 and 1918. So he introduced in this period only. Okay, so Vedic maths was introduced by an Indian mathematician. His name is Jagat Guru Shri Bharati Krishna Tirthaji. Okay, so today what we are going to see is that what are the things can be solved with the help of Vedic maths. I'll be telling you what is the meaning, what is there in the Vedic maths. First, before learning something, we have to have some birth knowledge of that subject, right? So if you take it of Tamil, you can you know to say what are the authors are there in Tamil, who has written this, who has written Tirukural, everything we will be learning, right? So when we are coming to English, what are the stories we have, who have wrote the stories, what are the characters of there in the stories, everything we'll be learning in English. The same as when coming to max, we are also going to have a detailed information about Vedic maths. Okay, so I told you Vedic maths is an system of mathematics which was discovered by an Indian mathematician. His name is Jagat Guru Shri Bharati Krishna Tirthaji. Okay, so in which period he launched this is during AD 1911 and 1918. Okay, the next one is, so how did you get the word? So how did he get the word as Vedic? That we have to know, right? So the Vedic, it is a Sanskrit word. Okay, the Vedic is a Sanskrit word. It is also called because of its origin from Vedas. Okay, so we already know Veda. There are many type of Vedas, right? So its origin also is from Vedas. Okay, so it's morely specifically originated from Atharva Veda. Okay, Atharva Veda, which is the fourth one. It is the fourth Veda. Atharva Veda is known as the fourth one. Okay, so Atharva Veda deals with what? It seems it deals with the engineering max. So the students of who are studying engineering, so they comes under that max, sculpture, medicine and other sciences. So it will be helpful in that part. Okay, so the Sanskrit word, the Veda, is derived from root with. Okay, so this, it is a Sanskrit word. It is derived from root with. Okay, so what is the meaning of that? Is that it is the meaning to know without limit. So we are going to learn something without limit. That is, many methods are there, many things you can learn from it without having a limit. Okay, so Veda is derived from the root with, meaning to know without limit. Okay, so experts also suggested that it could be a handy tool for those who need to solve problems quicker and easier. So already I told you the main importance of Vedic maths is nothing but you can solve any problem quicker and easier. Okay, so if you take it as a decimal or auxiliary fractions, so it can also be done with the help of Vedic maths. So next I'll come up with the history of it. Okay, okay, now it is history, that is Veda. Okay, Veda is nothing but knowledge. Vedas are ancient sacred books written by India's holy men 1,000 years back. Okay, so these sacred books are written 1,000 years back. Okay, those are ancient sacred books which were written by Indian holy men. Okay, so Veda is nothing but knowledge. Next is the result why we are learning Vedic maths. So what is the main importance in our daily life? That is nothing but it, Vedic maths brought out easier calculations. So it makes all our calculations very easy, and also it brings interest in maths. The main thing is that only. See, even at the age of us, or not interested in max, right? See, even I too is not interested in max, but when coming to Vedic maths, because the way we learned before was totally different from this method. Okay, so the way we learned from our school colleges is everything that you have to solve a problem. If you have a single mistake, you will be getting minus marks, everything, whatever happens. So when going for long term sums of long term procedures, it will take some time to solve, right? If you're not confident with the answer, you cannot move on to the next one. So you will be mind disturbed with the before sum itself. That happens for everyone, right? So the same way I'm telling, but in Vedic maths, when you compare this with your normal maths, it is not like that. Okay, it is very easier, and you can also make plenty of sums by your own. Okay, you can solve it by yourself, so it will be very helpful. All your calculations can be made simple, quicker and faster. Okay, so this is a history of Vedic. So the one who introduced is our Indian mathematician, whose name what I told you. Okay, so next, what is, from which language is the Vedic name is has been derived? What do you mean by Veda? So main source of this is what, everything I have told you. Then we can move on to the next one. This is the history. The next one is, so everyone should know the importance of Vedic maths. Okay, so Vedic maths is normal maths. What do we have? We have addition, subtraction, division, everything, square root, cube root, everything, but everything goes more than 2 to 3 steps. But in case of Vedic maths is nothing but it is a collection of methods. So we have several methods in which we can implement and finish the calculation faster. Okay, so it is a collection of method, that is 16 sutras. It has 16 sutras, 13 sub sutras. See why they are using sutras. This is nothing but a Vedic term, as they are derived from the Vedas, so they have been using some Vedic terms. So later on we can see those Vedic terms along with the normal components. Okay, normal max we can use normal components to solve the problems. Okay, so totally how many sutras we have? We have 16 sutras and 13 sub sutras. Sutras is nothing but formulas. Okay, so formula is sutra and sub formula is sub sutras. Okay, 16 sutras and 13 sub sutras. It is very important in Vedic maths. Okay, with this only we are going to solve all the calculations. Okay, the next one is, okay, the next one is, what are the main usage of Vedic maths? We are going to see that. First one is simple arithmetic operations. So we can use this Vedic maths for the for first, what we are going to use is that simple arithmetic operations. For very simple arithmetic operations and all, we can use Vedic maths. Okay, the next one is mental calculation. So everything you cannot write and calculate, but with the help of Vedic maths you can mind calculate everything and solve the problem. That is your mental calculation. Next is your quicker and accurate. So with the help of Vedic maths we can make the sums solve quicker, and also you can give out with accurate answers. Okay, so it will be very useful for you. The next one is that strong academic foundation. So you cannot, so if you take max, 5 in 1 or well good in max, right? So but if you are using the method of Vedic max, it will be very interesting and useful to solve all your operations. Okay, next one is your different techniques. As I told you, you have n number of techniques in Vedic max, so it helps you in many ways. Next is your time saving. So it saves your time in a very good manner. Okay, so time saving is very important in max, because if you are spending too much time in a sum, it brings drawbacks in your next sums. Okay, so you can't able to complete in a fixed time. That is a very big drawback and impact in that. So that when you are using this type of method, it will be very helpful for your time saving. Next one is interest in maths. So the already I told you, 5 in 1 or interested in maths, but with the help of Vedic maths everyone gets interest in maths. Okay, getting interest in maths is a very big one. So interest in maths can be get through Vedic maths. Next, it is reduces the fear. It is the main thing we have now. Okay, it is the main impact which destroys the mindset of the students, in which I don't like maths, I don't want maths, like that. So there'll be several reasons they won't select maths groups, everything is there. So the main thing is fear. With the fear itself, they won't enter into the category of maths. For that, we can introduce Vedic maths to them. Okay, so if we introduce this, if it is easy, so they will be copying it in a mindful manner. Okay, so they will be using it in a proper way, and also they'll get interest and they will omit their fear. That is the main thing. So it reduces fear. So once again I'll tell you what are the main uses of Vedic maths. Is nothing but we can use in simple arithmetic operations. Okay, next is mental calculations, quicker and accurate, strong academic foundation, different technique, time saving, interest in maths, and reduces fear. So these are the main outlook of Vedic maths. Okay, I thought that you have got a little knowledge about Vedic maths, what we are going to see, what is the main use, everything. Okay. Next is we are going to see what is the benefits of Vedic maths. We are going to see the benefits of Vedic maths. As we learned before about the history, now we are going to see the benefits. Okay, so there are many ways. So if you take it as benefits, you can see many benefits in this. First one is that you can take with the calculations became easy and short. So all that your calculations becomes easy and short. Next, your simplifications can be done in less time, what I have told you before in time saving. So your simplifications can be done in less time. Then students also undergo mental stress, less mental stress. So the one which I told you to overcome the fear. So with the max, they should not get your, it should not disturb your mental strength. Okay, so students undergo less mental strength. That is also a benefit of Vedic max. Next is that the results obtained by sutra based methods can be easily verified with normal procedure. So when you are using the sutras and you are solving a problem, right, so you can easily and quickly get the answer, and you can compare that answer with the normal procedure max sum. Okay, so you can get an accurate answer when you compare with the normal max. Okay, next is that the possibility of committing errors by students using these sutras is negligible. So while you are using these sutras and you are performing your sums, you won't commit so much of mistakes, right? So the possibility of mistakes is less in Vedic max. Okay, when you come to max, you get some confusions, you may change the formula, or you do whatever. If you miss one step, you cannot complete the sum. So all these issues you can see in max, but in Vedic max you have less committed errors when compared to normal max. Okay, so the first one is your memory power. So while using this, you will be mind calculating everything, so your memory power will also be very strong. The next one is the speed is the main thing in math. So for one sum we cannot take too much time, right? So if you are doing everything speed, you can complete everything in a given time. That is your speed. Next is your accuracy. So how accurate you are giving the answer for a sum. So for each and every arithmetic operation, you have an accurate answer. So how you are bringing it out in a shorter period is important. That is your accuracy. Next is your focus. See how focused you are in the sum. So how are you able to view it in your mind and mind calculate everything? That is your focus. Next is your creative thinking. See how creatively you are thinking about it. That is the next one. Next is your cognitive strength. So this also improves. What will be the next? What can I do this step, and which formula can I use this to solve it very quicker? Can I use that type of symbol? So these are all comes under cognitive strength. Okay, next is your self confidence. So if you are well versed in all those sutras and sub sutras, it will be very useful for you to solve a problem with the self confidence. So self confidence is very important in solving mathematical operations, right? So while you're learning this, you automatically will get self confidence, in which everything you can do it by yourself. Okay, next is your concentration. Also it also enhances your concentration. Next is mental calculation. So that is very important. So everything you can mind calculate and you can bring out with an accurate answer. So these are the benefits of Vedic mathematics. The first one is memory power. Next is speed, accuracy, focus, creative thinking, cognitive strength, self confidence, concentration, and mental calculation. See, these are the main benefits of Vedic mathematics. Next, I told you that that sutras and sub-sutras help to perform mathematical operations quicker and accurately. So it is mainly used to apply to solve problems in arithmetic, algebra, right, geometry, calculus, okay, conics, everything we can use it. The next one is, for what are the operations, mathematical operations you can use Vedic mathematics is nothing but a theory of numbers, compound multiplications, algebraic operations, factorizations, cube root, square root, cubing, squaring, partial fractions, calculus, quadratic equations, higher order equations. See, already you know this, all these comes under higher grade students, as in cube roots, square roots and all, they will be studying from the 6th or 7th grade. But when they are, even when they are studying to 6 or 7, it is difficult for them to solve those square root, cube root in a shorter form. See, everybody have learned to solve a problem in a proper procedure. It may take up to 5 to 10 steps, but it can be done within 2 to 3 steps. That is the speciality of Vedic maths. Okay, so these are all covered by Vedic maths. So shorter period and also very easier way. Okay, the next one is, so day to day life, how we are using Vedic maths. Is that helpful? Hope you think it is helpful or unhelpful. Yes, it is very helpful in our day to day life also. So how it is helpful in our day to day life is nothing but it helps us in variety of ways. So it helps in many ways. Okay, so the first one we take it as shopping. So whenever we go for shopping, we don't get one or two things, right? So whenever you're going for a supermarket, everything, you're going to a mall, you get a list of things. So when you're getting a list of things, it is little bit difficult. Automatically what you will search for a calculator, right? If you want to know the budget of the things what you have brought, what you have bought, what you have to do, you have to search for a calculator, right? So even if you're getting the slip of what is there in the price, what you have to do, you will be just adding everything and it goes in a long procedure, right? If you are, if one or two, it is very easy for you. So for us as an adult, it will be very easy. Even a kid can count all and give a quicker answer. That is a very important one. That is also very special. So we can do addition, subtraction, multiplication, everything in an easy manner. But if a kid is doing at his or her stage, is very special. Okay, so in Vedic maths, the shopping can be done, in which we can calculate discounts, taxes, total prices. So those we can calculate very easily and quickly. Okay, next we can also use in the category of cooking. Okay, so Vedic mathematics can be used to calculate recipe quantity. So how much quantity of the recipe you have, and also the conversion factors quickly and easily. So what are the conversion factors you can make? Also you can make it as quicker and easier. Okay, so learning these methods exponentially increases a kid's competency with numbers. So a kid will be well versed in numbers. Okay, so increases a kid's competency. Next is your way of learning. So the way of learning Vedic mathematics is very simple. So it is want to say is that it is extremely very simple to learn. Okay, it is not very difficult. It is very simple, and you can also follow easier methods and the steps will be lower. Okay, next is also offers benefits such as sharpening young minds and allowing for quicker calculations. The one I told you is that as an adult we can solve all the problems, right? So we can add up to 20 numbers, even in a mind calculation we can do. But if a kid is doing it, it depends upon the sharpening of his mind, his or her mind. Okay, so it main benefit is offers the sharpening of young minds. Okay, which makes their calculations quicker. Next is that the State Council of Education Research, that is SCERT, is also considering including Vedic maths as an optional subject. So with the importance and benefits of Vedic maths, SCERT, that is the State Council of educational research and training. So what they have decided is that to take Vedic Maths as an optional subject. Okay. Next, it can be difficult to those who have not done before. So a person who does not know anything about Vedic Maths, at starting it will be little bit difficult, but once they grasp all those formulas, sutras and everything, you cannot bring them out of Vedic Maths. They'll get more interest and know the depth of the Vedic Maths. Okay, so it is also like a mental exercise, and those creative minds can do Vedic Maths. So whoever have very sharp and also who have very creative minds can use Vedic Maths easily, and also they make it as a mental exercise. Okay, so there are some facts which are very useful. So Vedic Maths mainly important in many ways. Okay, so some of them are which they are useful for competitive exams. So the main fact is that the it is Vedic Maths is very important for competitive exams. So in competitive exams and all, you have to do it everything within a period of time, right? So for one sum you are spending a lot of time, so you cannot able to cover all the questions. So you have to know different tricks and techniques that how we have to find it. So if you, a question is that complete the picture with some of the triangles or some of the squares, how we have to calculate it, what is the formula for that. So you have to use the technique of Vedic Maths so as you can finish it in a quicker time. Okay, next is the concepts or logical. So all your concepts you are learning in Vedic Maths is everything is logical. Okay, next, math grasping power to understand things faster and better. So your grasping power is to understand things faster and better, so we can understand everything in a faster and a better manner. So these are the facts of Vedic Maths. So mainly we can apply it for competitive exams, and even kids can teach the other grade students, so as he if he is very well and faster in the calculation. So a student needs that only, which is easier and also quicker. So we can introduce Vedic Maths to kids. You can ask me a question, at what age we can introduce Vedic Maths? Do you all have that doubt? Yes, you all will have the doubt at what age we can introduce Vedic Maths. So the grade which is prompt for Vedic Maths is that grade 3. So grade 3 is the starting step, in which why I am telling grade 3 is nothing but grade 3 students know the mathematical calculations, right? The simple addition, subtraction, they know the tables. So they will be learning the basics in their normal mathematics, that is conventional maths in schools, right? So in conventional maths they'll be learning about the basics. So with that basic, they should have a little bit basic knowledge about maths, so that they can apply it in Vedic Maths. Okay, so in Vedic Maths the grade 3 is the starting step, where students grasp the mathematical calculations faster, and as they will be learning the basics in their school itself. Okay, so that is the conventional maths. So by if they are started learning from third grade, so by 10th and 10th or 12th they will be perfect in mathematics. Okay, we are damn assured that if they start learning from the grade 3, they will be very perfect in mathematics at the grade 10 and 12. Okay, next is the uses of Vedic mathematics. Okay, so Vedic mathematics, it also helps to solve problems 10 to 15 times faster. Ma'am, you're always telling shorter period. What is the time duration of that? That is the one which we can solve problems 10 to 15 times faster. So that much faster we can finish. That is because nothing but we will get the shorter formula for that, and the shortest way in which we can solve it quicker. Next one is it helps in intelligent guessing. It also helps in intelligent guessing. Next is that it reduces burden, needs to learn tables up to 9 only. So if a person a kid wants to learn Vedic maths, the only thing what he has to be known is that he has to learn tables up to 9 only. Only 9 tables is enough. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 9 tables he can learn, and you can keep that as a base and you can learn Vedic maths. With by knowing that tables alone you can do Vedic maths very clearly. Okay, so this makes them to reduce their burden. Okay, next is increases concentration. So increases concentration is nothing but always you will be thinking of the next step, what you have to do it in a shorter way. So that is also a type of concentration. So you're concentrating on the sum, you're thinking of all other formulas what you can apply it and implement to bring it an accurate answer. So that is your concentration increase. Next is your reduces silly mistakes. So by doing this, so what I told you is, if you are writing 10 steps in max, you have left one step, right? So you have left one step, but in the next step is the continuity of the one which you missed. So you don't know what to continue in the next one, so it is a very big mistake you have made in that sum. Only because of that single line you have incompleted your sum. You cannot make it complete, right? So but in this one you can also reduce the silly mistakes. What are the silly mistakes you're making in normal conventional maths? You can reduce it. Okay, so the main thing is that Vedic maths is a magical tool. So Vedic maths is nothing but a magical tool. It reduces scratch work and also finger counting. You need not finger count in that shorter period. See, if I'm giving 35 plus 45 plus 54 plus 74 plus 79, you may not finger count everything. So with the formula given, only you have to by heart all the formulas and learn the ways how you have to implement. That is enough. You can apply it and bring out with an accurate answer. Okay, so that is the one which is, it reduces scratch work and also finger counting. It also reduces finger counting. So this is the important one. Next is Vedic math tricks. We'll go with tricks. So Vedic math tricks is that thing, but it has, we already I told you many tricks we have. So we will be applying it for many mathematical operations, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, square roots, everything. So all these tricks help to compute the numerical problems in very little time. So in very little time we can finish many of these sums. Okay, so when compared to normal maths procedure, next is the tricks used will reduce the time in finishing the calculation and create interest in learning more such tricks. Okay, so these are the ways you can do it for Vedic maths. So Vedic maths is nothing but, what we have seen is what are the ways it helps, in which mathematical operations and all it helps. So we say it Vedic maths also as an mental mathematics. Okay, in the mathematic world we say it as mental mathematics. Okay, so it is also a system of reasoning and mathematical working. Okay, so it is a very fast, efficient and also easy to learn and use. So everybody can learn Vedic maths. They can learn new things and also use it in an effective manner. Okay, so Vedic mathematics, which simplifies, it also simplifies arithmetic, algebraic operations, so that has increasingly found acceptance in the world over. Okay, so it provides answer in one line. What I told you, how you can complete in shorter period, is nothing but Vedic mathematics provides answer in one line. Okay, so which are where conventional requires more steps, that is your normal mathematics. So it requires more steps, but in Vedic mathematics you can complete it in a single line. Okay, so it is also, I told you before, it is an ancient technique which simplifies multiplication, divisibility, complex numbers, squaring. See, squaring, cubing and all, it will take time and you have to work a lot. But with the help of Vedic maths, it will be very easy for you to solve those and all, square and cube roots. Okay, so mainly is that the 16 sutras and your 13 sub sutras are very important. So how fast you can solve a problem is very important. So taking max, so writing theory is different from solving a problem, right? So how fast you can solve a problem is very important. So there is a race against time in all the competitions, okay? So only those people having fast calculation ability will be able to win the race. So writing an exam is also right, is based on the race. It is also like a race only. So whoever know the fast calculation, they will be attaining it everything in a speed manner, okay? They will win the race. But the time saved can be used to solve more problems, and also they are used for difficult problems. If some you feel very difficult in a conventional method, you can apply the Vedic max method to solve it, okay? So the techniques, every technique in the further classes, what we see is we can see with examples, okay? So it will be very easy for you. So this Vedic mathematics also approaches the encourage flexibility. So okay, so we as a teacher, we can encourage our kids to mold up their own method, okay? So once the mind of a student develops an understanding system of mental mathematics, it begins to work more closely with the numbers and become more creative. So what I told you is it also brings the creativity in your minds. So they also, the students also learn the numbers better. So understand the concept, they understand the concept and learn the numbers better. So Vedic mathematics is mainly a flexible, creative, and also it appeals to a group of people, okay? So it is very easy to understand and practice. The simple ways that you can finish all the mathematic operations in a simpler and quicker manner. That is the main thing, okay? So if we go to the procedures and the formulas which we will be using it for addition and subtraction, that is main thing. Next is we'll go with multiplication, squaring and square root, division, everything. These and all comes under mathematics, okay? So first the students will be comprehend with the logic of Vedic maths. What is the logic of Vedic mathematics? So we, it will be an interest to everyone. So many younger students have to keen to make their mark in competitive exams, right? So for that we can use Vedic maths. It helps in a very good way, okay? So Vedic scholars did not use figures for big numbers in their numerical notations. So they refers to that the Sanskrit alphabets, okay? So those alphabets will be constituting a number. So that is the way we will be learning Vedic maths. So that sutras and subsutras will be in the name of Vedics only. So Vedical name only will be getting that. But we will be using normal mathematical component which will be easier for you to pronounce and follow. So as the names will be like Eka Dina Dikna Purneva. Okay, it is also a corollary. Nikilam Navastakramam Jasadak. Like that, you will be the sutras will be derived from the Vedic names only. So we can use the mathematical components like one more than the previous one, all from 9 and last from 10, crisscross, by calculus, by the deficiency. So we can use like that, okay? So these are the main introduction about Vedic maths. So from next class what we'll be seeing that is we can start solving the problems. We can get into the first, we can start with the simple solving of problems, and then we'll be going with the complicated sum. So simple, what one we have to do is that in the next class we'll be seeing to that sums. So I hope this session was very helpful for to you. So this Vedic max also we will be having the live sessions in the upcoming classes. So kindly keep in touch of the channel. So for more details, we are offering Vedic classes, all Vedic max classes also. So for classes and further details, kindly contact the number given below. Okay, so we'll be meeting in the next session. Just today I have given you the introduction of Vedic max, what is Vedics. Okay, from the next class we will be moving on to the max world. Okay, so thank you so much. So keep in touch. Next session we will be coming up with the next topic. Okay, thank you so much.